Hey guys, my name is Alan McNally and I'm here introducing the Ebeling stage, single stage treadmill walking test. It's a submaximal, so not to complete exhaustion test to estimate VO2 max in low risk, non-athletic adults aged 20 to 59 years old. The walking pace required makes it appropriate for those who prefer to walk or who experience knee pain when jogging or running. So here's my client, Marianne. Hi, Marianne.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. This is
Nice
the
to
first
meet
time meeting. So she's 34, so we're gonna, what we know about her is she's age 34, her weight, I can't tell you that. Her warm-up, so we're gonna do the formula 220 minus her age, so 220 minus 34 is 186. We're gonna estimate her warm-up training zone heart rate, which is 93, and her 70% HR is going to be 130, and her 85% is going to be 158. If we get that high, we'll call her quits. We'll shut down the machine. We'll make sure we put her through the proper procedure to cool her down, and not to complete failure. So we're going to get started with a bit of a warm up. The warm up's about 5 minutes long, 4 to 5 minutes long, depending on where we get with her heart rate. The goal is in the warm up is to get her heart rate up to her 70% max heart rate. And then from there, we're going to proceed into the actual workload, which is usually about 4 minutes. If we find that the heart rate differs within about 5 beats per minute, we'll keep going until we get a steady beats per minute. And then we'll do an active recovery for a few minutes, basically anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes. Average is about 3. And then again, we'll test her heart rate, her beats per minute, just to make sure that she's in really good recovery mode. So we're going to get started here. I'm going to turn on the treadmill. So before we get started, one really important safety thing is to, before we can start, put your feet on the sides of the treadmill, just like that. That's perfect. Hands on the rail, and then we're going to put this trusty little safety feature on there so that if for some reason you do fall, it's going to default and turn it off just so that we don't hurt you on a lawsuit. So as we get started here, I'm just going to crank up the speed at 0 incline to about 3.5. That seems about a good starting point. You can start anywhere from 3.2 to 4.0, but Marianne's in pretty good shape, so we're going to start her up right at 3.5. And we're going to have it at 0 grade just so that she gets used to walking, and then from there we're going to raise the incline up to about 5%. So Marianne, whenever you're ready, just kind of, I want you to just kind of raise your foot along the treadmill there, just to kind of get comfortable with the walking motion. And when you're ready, just start walking, but keep your hands on the edge, okay? Perfect. And then whenever you're ready, just kind of take your hands off and walk normal. Yeah, you power walking, girl.
I am.
So right now you can see she's just kind of casually walking, making sure that she's totally comfortable. And I'm going to test her in a few minutes here, so we've got lots of time to just hang out. So where do you feel like you're for rate of exhaustion? You feel you're at a level 6 to 20? Okay. 6 is very, very light, so nothing too heavy yet?
Not yet.
Okay, good. I don't want to have a heart attack or anything.
It's okay, I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Oh, tell me about it. So I hear you're a hairdresser.
Yes, I am.
And how's that for you? You've been on your feet all day, and then you come and do this walking test.
It's true.
Yeah?
But that's okay.
That's okay.
Not a big deal.
We'll make sure you're
I'm going to earn my
it's
dinner.
worth it. You're going to earn your dinner, exactly. That's it. Earn your calories. Remember that.
That's right. I just got to stay focused, that's all.
Yeah, so we're about 2 minutes in, so we're going to wait another minute, 2 minutes really, and then we're going to check her heart rate, just see where she's at to see if we need to increase the grade.
We need some tunes.
Yeah, I wish we could have some tunes in here, but if we had the tunes, they would be good. So, yeah. You gotta please the audience, right?
I do.
That's good. You have music in your head.
I do.
Next time, you know what? Next time we'll bring headphones. How's that?
Oh,
then,
yeah.
then you tune out your trainer.
I would. No, then I get busted.
But then it'd be unsafe, right?
Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, you're doing great.
It's great.
power walking,
Yeah.
shaking those arms.
Should have weights.
I know, yeah, that's a good goal for next time. We'll check your standing at the end, maybe we'll have to do that to increase your cardio.
Okay, sounds good. It's harder when I do this.
Oh yeah, it would be harder, yeah, it's definitely harder when you put your hands here, because you're not, it's not a natural motion for you, right? So
For sure.
so you're kind of restricting your body moves, but the whole point is to be safe when we start, and you can kind of take your hands off.
Good to know.
So how you feeling right now?
On this,
Yeah, on the scale.
I'd say like a 7.
A 7, okay, yeah, I mean, we're still, just casually walking.
Right.
A little walk in the park,
Okay.
maybe a little walk on the beach.
Yeah. I prefer that actually.
Yeah? I hear you like to travel the world.
Oh, I do. It's been a while though.
Oh yeah? I think I'm reading your dating profile.
I think you are.
I think I should grab a different chart.
Ha ha ha.
There we go. There we go. Okay, that's
So
better.
funny.
Okay, so I'm just gonna get ready to test your heart rate here. So if you just want to give me your wrist, if you don't mind me touching your wrist, I'm just gonna test your blood pressure. Perfect. Okay. Just one second, I grab a pen. Okay, so that puts us at about 131 beats per minute. So that's good. We're off to a great start. So we're gonna bump up the workload now. So we're gonna start the actual workout program or the assessment program. So we're gonna bump up the incline to 5.0 on the grade scale, which is 5%. So in a little bit here, she's going to notice it's going to feel a little bit harder. She's probably going to start breathing a little heavier. Probably start a little bit of a sweating going on. It's normal. We all sweat. Good. How's that? Do you feel a little bit more stressed now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Not much, but a little bit for
Okay.
sure.
No, that's good.
You want to know my number or no?
I'll ask you a
Yeah.
little bit here. 074.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for conversation's sake. Where are you at? Oh, and safety.
9.
You're at 9? Okay.
Hurt my legs.
I
It
like
wasn't
it.
my incline.
Good, you're doing great.
Come on.
You look like you were born to walk.
I was born to walk on
Walk,
Friday
you can't
night.
walk.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I was. I wish. 15 years ago.
Oh, God.
Focus
You're looking
flies
good these
fast.
days. You're looking good these days. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so in another minute, we're going to test her heart rate max again, her heart rate, just to kind of see where she's at for energy, see how well she's customizing to the test. So again, the goal here is to test her VO2 max to see what kind of health benefit rating she'll fall into. There's a bit of a formula which I'll show at the end of the video, and you'll kind of see. So I'm going to do a little interview with her afterwards just to kind of give her the information she needs to make sure she understands where we sit and set up maybe a plan to success in the future. Okay, so Marianne, if you just want to give me your wrist, I'm just going to test your heart rate again. That's great. So it's going to do the beautiful outside.
I think I'm gonna walk actually.
We're sitting, yeah, you're sitting here on a treadmill, we're gonna be doing this test outside.
If we don't, we could.
We'll probably get it. There was another test we could have done for you, but
I like this, is good.
this is better, yeah.
That's good.
It's fun, we get, nice and close, nice and,
Easy.
comfortable with each other.
For sure.
Cool. Okay, we're gonna do that one last test here on our heart rate. So right now I'm going to slow it down a little bit, or actually I'm going to just decrease the grade. So the point of that is to, spur her into active recovery, so she can slow down her heart rate a little bit, and then maybe we'll slow down the speed a little bit here. But right now we're just going to put her on into her lower grade, basically go back to 0, so she can just kind of casually get back into her natural heart rate. So the good news is she was within the heart rate variance of 5, so she was actually only 142 and 140, so that actually puts her right on the mark. So now that the test is complete, we're just going to continue with the resting stage. And then after the treadmill, I'll probably get her to sit down with me. We'll do a little passive recovery, and then do a little post-assessment discussion. Okay, so I'm just going to test your heart rate at this point, just to kind of see where you're at, see if you need to slow down the speed a little bit. Okay, great. Just keep on walking there. So how are you feeling on the rate of perceived exhaustion scale?
Back to my 6 and 7.
6 and 7? Okay, great. So that sounds like we got her back where she needs to be, which is good. We probably won't have to do too much here more on the treadmill. So I'm actually going to hit stop. I'm just going to actually slow it down first, because I think that's really important. Just slow it down.
Thank you.
Don't do that anymore. We're not exhausted. Perfect. Well, that was awesome, Marianne. How you feeling?
Great.
Great. Well, again, thanks again for coming out.
Thank you.
I'll let you, wipe off the sweat, and come meet me back over at the bench, and we'll discuss your readings.
Sounds
okay?
good. Thank you.
You're welcome.